Ladies and gentlemen, it is game week. Iowa City, the tailgate fields are ready to go.
Cannot wait. I wish we were going to this game this weekend.
Yeah. It just has the feels. Football is back in the air. Last week the weather was just a nice taste of it, and then bang, it's like a sauna right now.
Yeah, I went from 65 degrees on like Thursday and Friday to today when I walked out of work, it was 94.
Mm-hmm.
Insane. It felt like I was back in Charleston, dude.
I'll tell you what, though, I don't think the Redbirds are prepared for this heat.
No, dude, and that game is going to be so hot. It's going to be insanely hot, but the Redbirds are going to be cold.
I'm officially no longer nervous. Guy at the office, shout out Pat. He used to play for Illinois State. He said they got a great running back, great linebacker, but they're unsure at quarterback. And there's one certainty in this life. You can't go into Kinnick Stadium uncertain about your quarterback because you're going to get picked apart.
You're damn right. You are damn right. I am still nervous. I will say that. I have no idea what this offense is going to look like. No, I did no idea what the offense is going to look like.
Yeah.
I'm so intrigued. The defense is going to come out humming. Offense needs to come out humming. Who is the running back you said starting?
Kamari Moulton, number 28, the true sophomore.
We had a flash from last year. There was a flash of greatness in there. You never know.
A couple tutties.
Scored a couple tutties, made some big plays. If he's starting, that's a big deal. He must have been having a hell of a camp. So that's exciting. I think the O-line needs to be ready to step up. And quarterback-wise, I don't know.
We really need someone to get Luke Lachey that ball. Just put it within 5 feet of that man, and it'll just suck it up like a vacuum.
He's like Mr. Elastic and Fantastic Four.
Yep.
He can stretch and catch anything.
I think when I think of Luke Lachey on the football field, I just think of the Northwestern game. It would have been 2 years ago when Spence was quarterback, home game, and he just threw a rocket launcher right at Luke. Not even looking yet. It was like a 3-yard out in the end zone. Just bam, 100 miles an hour right at him, and Luke just put his bear paw on it, and it just absorbed the football, bounced off a little, and then he just still corrals it. The guy cannot drop a ball. He's incredible.
The guy is the man. Luke Lachey. I was texting with him the other day. I think it was yesterday, actually, trying to get him on soon. What a guy. Just a nice, great human being. And I just can't wait to see that man again.
Can't wait to see him get drafted number 1 overall.
Number 2 next to Spencer.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Wow, what a duo that would be.
That would be insane.
I've never been more excited for tight end play than this year, though.
I don't think I've ever been more excited for college football, besides when I was playing. This is the first time being in the Midwest after being out for football season for me.
Yep.
And I am
hand in the ground,
ready to just chug beers and maybe shed some tears.
You know how we know it's football season is we randomly all were like, wait, Miller doesn't taste as good anymore. Let's switch to Busch Light in the span of a week.
Dude, it's not.
That has football season written all over it.
I think Busch Light's significantly better than Miller Lite 100% of the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a taste of football.
Dude, I got something to talk about, actually. One of my coworkers is going to the Iowa State game. I'm still up in the air. Jack, I know, is up in the air. But he was saying, have you ever been at Donnelly's Pub in Iowa City?
Yeah, it used to be on our frat bar meal plan.
I couldn't tell you where that is.
So, Brothers,
Yeah.
it's like,
Towards Clinton?
yes,
Okay.
correct.
I have an idea of where it is then. I've never been there though. He's like, yes. He goes, it's better than Mickey's. And I'm like, that's a pretty bold statement.
I've never drank there before, so maybe it's a hidden gem, man.
Maybe we have to go check it out, I guess.
Hidden gems of Iowa City. I heard there's a lot of new bars though. What was it? You're talking. There's like a martini bar, a sports bar.
Yeah, Martini Bar. I don't know what the sports bar is. There's one called Revelry. Or no, not Revelry. Reunion. It's like a 3-level bar. Top floor is like El Rey's. Bottom or middle floor is like a chillish bar, and then the bottom is like a restaurant, I think. Or like next to
That's sweet.
And then
it's a great idea.
Yeah, great idea. Great idea. Speaking of bars, big announcement. Do you want to say it or you want me to?
Yeah, a little ad read. We are we're teaming up with Tin Roof Chicago. So anyone living in Chicago, Tin Roof is going to be the place to be this fall. And great announcement here. Even if you don't live in Chicago, you should come to a game, watch it at Tin Roof just to enter into this great contest. Tin Roof features University of Iowa alumni ownership and will be showing all Iowa Hawkeye football games with game sound this year. That's a big bonus. Tin Roof, awesome bar. Every other Iowa bar in Chicago can not fit more than like 100 people. And the best thing about Iowa is our alumni and fan base. It runs deep. You need a big bar to fit everyone. So Tin Roof, bang, perfect solution. Bang. Now here's the contest. Win a trip to Nashville. Enter our raffle during the first 3.5 games, so non-conference, and then half of Minnesota, to win a trip to Nashville for you and a guest. That includes airfare, hotel, a Tin Roof gift card, and a reserved table at Tin Roof on Lower Broadway on October 19th for the Nashville Iowa Club watch party at Tin Roof, downtown Nashville.
That's
Must
badass.
be present to enter. No perch is necessary. So a winner is announced at halftime of the Minnesota game, September 21st.
Bang.
Wow.
That's a hell of a deal. Full expense paid.
I will be at Tin Roof, Nashville this Saturday watching it. We are having our fantasy draft, our Iowa College fantasy draft in Nashville Friday night. Watch party in Nashville Saturday at 11. And those bars are the best. There's no better place to fit Iowa fans than Tin Roof. I'm a firm believer. That's why we went with Tin Roof out of these Chicago bars, because it can actually fit everyone. TVs are great. Sound system's great. No better place to watch it. So all fall long, come watch Iowa Hawkeyes with us at Tin Roof Chicago.
Damn right. And if you say what's up, we will buy you a beer.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We'll just open a tab.
Yeah.
Open up a tab. That's in Wrigleyville, by the way, on Clark Street.
Yes. Yeah.
Nashville's sweet. Have you been to Nashville?
Yeah, Nashville's incredible, dude.
Great place. Great place.
It is a riot.
Kirk Ferentz, suspension. Biggest news of the week.
Big news. I believe, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard he wasn't even really behind it, but he was the man who took the fall for it because he is the big honcho. And hey, that's what a great leader does.
That's respect.
Yeah.
That's respect. That's a leader right there, a leader of men, a champion coach.
Bingo.
Hall of Famer. Yeah, what do you think goes on in that situation? What leads to this randomly the week before the game?
I would just say it's one of those things where they hear rumors of it in the wind, and they're like, "Shit, we have to do something or there could be something worse coming from it if we don't act on it internally.
I'm a firm believer if you get suspended in college football, you should have to take a mugshot.
Yeah, well then freaking Harbaugh would have like 15. And then they would all be because he suspended himself before he actually gets kicked out of all of football. Yeah,
How cool.
He sucks.
If they cared about merch, they would make every single. Imagine a Kirk Ferentz mugshot for a suspension.
That would be awesome.
Put it on a T-shirt.
That would be electric. That would be hilarious. Actually, it'd probably be bad, but no, it'd be great. That'd be a sick. For getting suspended, that'd be hilarious. Or yeah,
Although I feel like most Iowa mugshot or most Iowa suspensions also come with a mugshot.
Player wise, yep, I'd say almost all of them. Yep, I've seen plenty in my time.
Would you guys ever did you make shirts or anything, or just have fun with it, or what?
I mean, it's definitely, if you make fun of it within the first couple of weeks, yeah, it's like a too soon thing. Like, okay, yeah, probably shouldn't say anything. But yeah, down the road, it's like, damn, dude, that sucks. That's a tough situation there. But I'd say for the most part, everyone was being an idiot, like just stupid. But there's a couple times where it was like, that would have been a funny mugshot.
Yeah. I think
college kids, man.
I think the funniest non-mugshot story, he obviously didn't do anything wrong, but when someone, we might have different stories. When someone got hit by a car I think it was during camp.
Oh, I have no idea. Oh, wait, our freshman year?
No, because he transferred in.
Who the hell got hit by a car? I don't know who it is.
He transferred in, transferred out. You lived with him?
I don't remember him getting hit by a car, dude.
You don't remember Chuck getting hit by a car?
Oh, Chuck.
Yeah.
Not really. Oh, I do remember that. Not really. Actually, I did it back. I don't.
He was walking and just got smoked by a car. Went to the hospital, just had some bruises.
Oh, on the moped. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I do remember that. It was right outside of our house. It was right in front of a field house. Like it was. I remember he literally had like 2 scratches on him. Honestly, I would have paid just because he was okay and everything was fine. And the fact that he only had 2 scratches on him, I would have loved to see in the film.
Because on a moped you go flying.
Yeah, there's a film they show us before every I forgot, they used to show us all the time when you get mopeds. Like in the team meetings, there's a dude who got like clean smoked off a moped on our team and just got up and walked away. It was like he got smoked. But like mopeds are dangerous. Like
oh yeah.
They're electric though. The greatest. I still have my moped. It's awesome.
Did they give them to you for free?
No, you had to go to Moped U and get them and rent them. But my parents bought me one for my 18th birthday going to school. But it was like a light blue. It was a light blue Vespa. Everyone knew it. Like if you knew who I was, like if you were friends with me, like if you saw a light blue, it was 100% me every time. Unless someone was wild. Yeah, it was a couple good names for it. Me and this kid. Remember Nate Whelan? You ever remember the linebacker? Mm-hmm. We had a light blue moped too, and we'd drive next to each other, like side by side on the streets, and we call our mopeds blue balls. It was sick. Or the blue hammer. It was sick, dude. I had a lot of names for it.
Those are excellent. You knew somebody was an athlete on campus when they just come humming around on a moped.
If you could just hear the noise and you're like, yep, here comes like 4
Yep.
players.
It's a swarm of bees. You
Damn
just
right.
see the Iowa backpack on them just going straight to bread garden.
Yeah, that was usually Chuck every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I love it. Football started the past weekend. Great game. Georgia Tech, Florida State. Fraud alert. Florida State is dog shit. And DJ I'm just gonna say, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, is trash. He's transferred to 3 different schools and has been trash at all 3. Seems like a great guy. Can't throw the ball worth shit. And Georgia Tech's just a gritty ass team. You see the linebacker with the neck roll?
Oh, yeah.
Linebacker.
The Clemson does not get enough flack of underproducing 5-star quarterbacks. Everyone who transfers out of there who was a 5-star is just awful when they leave. Kelly Bryant, DJ Ugalele, what was it, man?
Even the quarterback now is trash. Cade Klubnik or whatever.
Yep.
He's terrible.
The guy who transferred to Northwestern, he was a 5-star.
Yeah, he was terrible.
It was not great. Yeah, I don't think they get enough flack of just ruining quarterbacks.
I mean, they've only have one good quarterback. Actually, no, they had 2. Taj Boyd was solid, and then freaking
Trevor Lawrence,
Mr. I can't think of his name. Who's the guy from Shrek? Prince Charming.
That is a good lookalike.
Thanks, dude. All right, we got a lot of games up next week. That was week 0. It was the only good game. Georgia Tech looked great, honestly. I actually think they're going to be a really good team this year. Ground and pound, gritty dudes. What's Hayes? What's that guy's name? Who's the quarterback? Hayes something. Blake Hayes? I don't know. He was
Hines.
No, it's not.
All right, never mind.
All right, so
there is a Y in there.
Yeah, I think it's Hayes or Haynes. 2 locks of the week. What are the 2 guaranteeds that you're saying? If I had all the money in the world, I'm putting that on this team this week. You get 2 of them. Go.
All right, I got 2. The first one, an easy layup. It's a staple, and I have to do it. The Iowa under.
Okay. Oh, you're doing like actual like prop. Like I thought you were just straight up.
It's just a pick. If you want the listeners to make some money, take the Iowa under. It's currently set at 40.5.
I would.
If you think we are scoring 40, you're out of your mind. And if you think Illinois State is scoring a single point, you're crazy. That's the biggest no-brainer. Put your nuts on the line. Boom.
That is like, I will put all of that money. Money I went on Georgia Tech. I'm putting all of it on that bet.
Yep. Also, while the season hasn't started yet, I do have large tickets on the Iowa season win total over at 8.5. Got it at plus money. Iowa to make the playoffs. Iowa to win the Big Ten. And then I got to go back in and check if Spencer Petras is now listed for Heisman because he previously was not.
Wait till the first game, and then he'll be listed.
That's right.
Number 2.
Might do Kamari Moulton now, though.
That's not a bad idea.
Huh.
Not bad.
All right. Yes. Second lock. Northwestern -2.5. Lock.
Who are they playing?
They're going against Miami of Ohio. Cannot believe it's only 2.5 points. They have not announced the starting quarterback. There's no film on any of them anyways in that system. They got that transfer quarterback from UConn, and I don't even know who else is competing. But there's one thing you got to know: Northwestern's going to show up now.
Minnesota is currently a dog against North Carolina at Minnesota. Big Ten football, man. Drake May is not at North Carolina anymore. Plus odds for Minnesota. Money line Minnesota, plus 105. That's my one lock. Number 2, and this is a big bet, actually. But I personally believe this. I think Colorado's a good team. They got a lot of dogs. I think North Dakota State upsets them the first game of the season.
Yes, I love that. That's my upset of the week. Money line North Dakota State.
Ooh, I like that. Wait, I had another good upset of the week. My upset of the week is West Virginia over Penn State. And I think Penn State, it's at West Virginia. The place is going to be bumping. Penn State's good. They're not that good. It's going to show in this first game. It's going to be a lot of first game jitters to get out of the way. But I think West Virginia is going to freaking upset them. I think it's going to be a big upset week for college football. Bang. Plus money line. Win some money. It's plus money. You win money.
That's what I'm talking about. I like Florida for an upset.
That was my other one. That was my number 2.
Also, UTEP. Nebraska stinks.
Is Nebraska ranked?
No, but they're heavy favorites. Here's my thing. The national media every single year ranks the U, Nebraska, and Texas A&M very high every single year, and they never end ranked.
Yeah, they don't pan out.
So it's very clear that you just take the other team's spread week 1.
Okay, I like that. I do. I love that Florida pick. Dude, Ole Miss and freaking Tennessee aren't ranked either.
Ole Miss is like ranked 4 or something.
It says they're not ranked right here.
Well, they are.
Are you
real
sure?
high.
All right, whatever. It's college football season, ladies and gentlemen. You can't get much better than that.
They're ranked 6.
Why does it not say that on the fucking? All right, whatever. I love the freaking North Dakota State over Colorado pick. I'll be honest with you. And the Minnesota North Carolina game. I love that pick. Love that pick. And I'm gonna watch that game, that full game. I'm fired up for it.
It's exciting. We have Thursday football. We got Friday football, Saturday football, Sunday football. The wait is over. Summer was worth it. Now we're here.
Now we're at the best season in the history of this earth.
Let the band start playing, man. I'm excited. Phil Parker's a warrior. He said he will, in fact, be on the sideline. And if he has to fight with his wife on it, he said he will.
You know what's hilarious about that is, what did he say about he has to stay away from people on the sideline? Did he say something like that or no?
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to do that. He's going to be in the thick of it, and someone's going to bump into his arm, and he's going to be like, "You fucking cocksucking mother."
You know what his answer was, which is just great football mind, is they're like, "Why won't you go up in the booth to make sure you don't really hurt yourself?" And he's like, "I got to see their eyes. I got to see their eyes."
I can see that, dude. He is horrifying on the field. If I was a player against him, I'd be more scared of him than anyone on the defense.
I was gonna say he probably wants to just intimidate somebody. He does want to see their eyes. He wants to stare them down.
Dude, someone is gonna bump into him and he's going to lose it. I actually would love to be on the sideline just to be on Phil Parker watch the whole time.
A Phil Parker cam would be great. It would be like Caitlin Clark when she was going crazy last year. Have a Phil Parker cam.
That would be hilarious. That'd be electric.
We would have the best shot of him doing the one-arm nut grab to the ref against Iowa State that one year. Legendary picture from
legendary pick. That could be like framed in the facility. That's such a sick pick. I love it. But hey, we're here, man. Leaves are about to start changing after this fucking 95-degree heat leaves.
Yeah. give us the my player of the game this week, player to watch. So Illinois State has 2 preseason All-Americans for FCS, and it is their running back and their linebacker. So that means they're going to run the ball a lot. Jay Higgins might have over 15 tackles just to start us off the right way week 1.
I like that. I like that call. I'm going to go on the offensive side of the ball. I'm going to say, what's the running back's name?
Kamari Moulton.
Kamari Moulton is going to be my player of the game. I guarantee you he's going to go off. He's going to be a household name by the end of the year. Mark my words.
Love that. Guy's a beast. Yeah, we have the deepest running back room in the country, and it's not even close. LaShawn, Moulton, Jazz, KJ, Washington, and then
too is like I bet you Moulton's starting is going to fire up Caleb Johnson.
Oh yeah,
where he better lower his pads and lay someone out.
They're going ground and pound. Other surprises from the depth chart: TJ Hall, starting corner. It kind of surprises me, kind of doesn't. I think like Cooper DeJean, his first time, he didn't start on the depth chart. He was exactly backup corner, backup cash. That's what John Nestor is right now. I think hopefully TJ Hall made some serious strides in the offseason. But, yeah, that was interesting. And then the receiver room is incredibly thin right now.
What do you got rolling? I haven't taken a look at the depth chart yet.
Okay, so starting, we got Jarrett Bowie, backup Reese Vanderzee. And then this one was surprising. Although Seth Anderson's been hurt, but Caden Wetjen is starting. Seth Anderson.
Caden Weegan. No, he's actually
Weegan.
I've heard a lot about Caden Weegan. I heard he's sick. He's fast as hell. He's their kick returner. He's fast as hell. I think that's a good move. He's like I've heard rumors that he's the fastest kid on the team.
Dang.
So I think he's gonna be a good pickup. Is he playing slot? You just say what position he's playing?
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
X or Z?
I don't know.
Oh, never mind. Brett doesn't say that in the actual depth chart.
Nope. Just says wide receiver.
Is there a third starting right?
Yep. The third is Jacob Gill. And this is why I said it was thin, is Terrell Washington Jr., who's a running back. He's listed as backup to Jacob Gill. Gill is the transfer receiver from Northwestern.
I heard he's pretty sick. They probably moved that running back to receiver.
Oh, okay.
If they have him listed as a receiver, they do that all the time.
Oh, really? All right, then that's good news.
Yeah, so we're probably chilling. Is Wick injured?
That's what I was wondering. Because Brown's suspended.
Right. Seth Anderson's been injured.
Yep.
He must still have something small going on that they're
I bet.
in the media. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Yeah, Weegan's definitely playing slot for 3 receivers. He's going to be a sweet slot player. I'm interested to see what that offense looks like. It'll be sweet, man.
We get Lukey Heisman back. I think Addison Estrenga is going to be a beast too this year. He's the next up and coming after Lachey dominates in the NFL next year.
Damn right. It'll be. I'm telling you, it's going to be up to the offensive line on how
it is. Goes. Everything we just said, like receiver room, could be good.
I will say I loved Jennings Dunker's mic'd up. I loved it. He's just a great dude. He is a great human being.
They crush those. Him, Nick Jackson too. Those guys are just
they're electric. Oh, YA's was awesome.
Yes.
YA was hilarious. That was great. Little mic'd up action. And the leader, dude, Iowa's media team has just gotten so sick, and the guy behind it, Caleb Saunders, the GOAT. Great dude, unbelievable media guy. He has just skyrocketed that media team. And they're kicking ace right now. I love it. Love to see it. Every video they put out, I want to put on my story.
It gets you hyped, man. Gets you ready for the season. They know how to tap into our minds, our simple minds.
They do, man. They've had a couple of give me chills. Oh, it's great.
Just show someone in pads screaming as they run down the line.
Dude, if they
like, yes.
the slowed down Delta Dawn song, electric. Delta Dawn. That's so sick. I cannot wait for college football. I'm so excited.
There's nothing better than pageantry of it all.
Nothing better, man. It's great.
That's awesome. All right. We'll get to our interview. Go Hawks. By this time next week, we will be 1-0.
Hey, and if you're going to watch the game anywhere, any bar, it's Tin Roof, baby.
Tin Roof, Chicago. Be there. If you're in Nashville, Tin Roof, Nashville. I'll see you there.
Bang.
All right. We have the legend, the man who brings us joy every week during Iowa football. Never misses. Caleb Saunders, a part of the Iowa football media team. Caleb, the question that everyone wants to know, I don't know if you can even, you don't have to say it, the hype video.
Yeah, it's a great question. We've been getting comments for a few weeks now. So maybe, I don't know when this is coming out, but maybe you'll see a little something Wednesday and then we'll see from there. We'll go from there, but.
Bang, baby. Come on.
Yes.
Yep.
That is electric. For those, and just to give a little brief background, I'll let Caleb talk about it earlier. So Caleb, when did you start at Iowa?
Yeah, I started your last year, Coop. I got there in May of 2021. Got a DM from Tyler Barnes. I was working with West Virginia football at the time and got a DM from Tyler Barnes. Had an open job over there with Iowa, so I got to come out and interview and fell in love with the place immediately. You could tell the vibe was great around there. Got to meet coach and everybody and was a perfect fit. So went out there and got there in May of 2021. So yeah, right before your last year, Coop.
Hell yeah, dude. So Caleb was like, he's the man. He was the man. Like, cause I remember beforehand, like the media team was great. Nothing bad to say about him. Caleb came in and spiced everything up, made it so much more enjoyable. Like everyone's getting pictures taken of them. Like there's always something cool that we get to do for the media, and that was all Caleb's doing because he knew how to get us excited for doing everything towards media. But okay, so you started at West Virginia, you came to Iowa. What was kind of the transition between being at West Virginia compared to Iowa? How was the players towards it? Everything. Let's hear about it.
Yeah, it was definitely a different situation. I was at West Virginia. The head coach, Neil Brown, was in his second year. So it's a much different situation. Younger coach still trying to prove himself. So getting to come over and come to Iowa and knew a lot about Coach Ferentz already. So it was a much different situation coming into like an established program. A lot to build off of. Like for me, getting to work with like the Tiger Hawk, it's an elite brand. So for me, it was exciting to get to come here and work with everybody. So yeah, it was great. It was kind of a no-brainer. I fell in love with the place right away and have some best friends have come from working there so far.
Hell yeah.
Hey, what are your favorite parts? Like the mic'd up in the off season, like it's hard to sleep after those release, like every single week, everyone's just jazzed up for football. You get the whole fan base going. Like, what's your favorite part of preseason and camp and getting everyone ready for football season? Because as a fan, like you're integral to getting us hyped up.
No, we appreciate that. I definitely think the mic'd ups are a huge hit. Those are a ton of fun. I think for us, like what we're really trying to do is give people a viewpoint that they can't get otherwise, right? Like everyone goes to the game, everyone sees those highlights, but can we give them a window into what they can't be at, which is like a practice, right? And just try to show these guys with the helmet off to just being themselves. Like Wyatt Black's a very serious guy if you watch him on the field, but if you get him in practice, that guy is hilarious. dunk.
That was a great one. That was
The
awesome.
dunk one just delivered over and over. Like we just keep one up in those. So like those are great, right? Like we want to show our guys as people too. They're out there on Saturdays, and that's when people see them most of the time. But we like to show them who they are off the field, and we just got a great group of guys.
I have a question for you. And Forrest, you can add on to this. Yours is probably going to piggyback off mine. So since you've gotten to Iowa, has there been any person where you're like, he was like the absolute star of the media?
Of the media?
Yeah. Or let's do social media.
Social media.
Like he was the easiest person to post and got the most like interactions out of any fan.
Oh, that's so tough. I don't know. I would say the person that comes to me the most and likes to talk to me about stuff is DC, like Deontay Craig. He's really interested in that kind of stuff. Like he's a photography guy, so he would hang out with me and Justin Elsner back there, just kind of him and Coop too. Back in the day, Cooper DeJean, he would come hang out with us, and we get to talk to those guys. So those are some of my favorite moments, getting to ask guys, what do you like that we're doing? What should we be doing? Like, what helped you get recruited? So we like to talk to guys and figure out what they like too. And yeah, DC, me and him are pretty close, and I like to talk to him, and he has an interest in what we do.
I feel like one of the best parts of him coming back is now we get the W videos after a win again.
That became a thing that was like totally by accident. He just was always there. He always finds the camera, and we appreciate that. So it's good content. I hope the fans love it.
I have a question. So because you started in 2022, so that was my last year. That was the first year NIL started, right? Technically.
Yeah, that July. Yeah, I got there in May, and then technically it all opened up that July 1st.
So when that started, what year do you think it really took off in terms of media-wise? And when it did take off, did your job just completely change in terms of, like, obviously you guys were really deep, like you were very invested in the media, like that's your job. But once NIL took off, I feel like the role of being someone on the media team, like, became significantly more important because that a lot of the time brings people to the school now.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We can't really, initially anyway, we couldn't really be involved in like commercial shoots that guys were doing. Like we couldn't help them with their sponsored things that they do. But at the same time, like Coop, like with influencer, like we wanted to provide every guy with an opportunity to try to help build their brand. So what we could do, what we could control was trying to get as much pictures as possible. And you alluded to it earlier. There was a concerted effort to try to up that and make sure every guy had an opportunity to have photos and things that they can post. And have things that they can be putting up on their pages so they can hopefully build that brand. And the cool thing about NIL is we've seen a lot of places, it's not just the big guys. You can have a niche thing that you're into. You could have a funny name that you can play into. It's pretty cool to see all the opportunities that guys are getting. So it's cool to see a lot of stuff our guys do too. It always ends up going back to the children's hospital and stuff in some way. So it's cool to see what they're doing.
That's awesome. That is crazy too to think about, because I remember, like back in the day, if you were like a kid on a visit and you didn't get a lot of pictures or anything like that, you kind of felt left out. And now, like you say that, every person's getting pictures, and it almost just makes them want to come to the school more. Because it's like, I can put it out there and say, hey, like this is where I'm at. Like it feels like I'm getting noticed. It's kind of crazy. Like, is it? Because I saw you guys have gotten that whole new media room since I left.
It's just like the visiting media room at Kinnick. Like we don't have like a set location or like media room. Like we just kind of like build this cube every year and change the design. That's kind of what we've been doing, and keep it fresh. Yeah, but it's been a lot of fun.
Is there anything coming in the future that you could foresee? I'm not going to ask you to say it because it may be a surprise or something, but obviously college football is trending towards the direction of just being a lot of content based, just because that's just the world we live in. Do you think down the road there will be like a building of some sort for something that will be media based, only media, like a part of that, of the facility where it's only media stuff?
Yeah, I think we've had very like preliminary informal discussions about that being a big piece of what's going to be going on moving forward, and maybe needing to invest in a space, whether that's at Carver. I know we have had conversations in the past about things that we could do at the Hanson Football Performance Center too, looking into options and things. And we felt like that was something important. And I'm sure you guys are keeping up with a lot of like the industry change that's going on with the House settlement bill and all that stuff and everything that's going on. But some of the stuff means that the collectives, some of that NIL stuff could becoming like in-house, and we can be maybe more involved in those situations. So I think at some point it will be advantageous to have a studio and things like that. And I'm sure that's something we would love to look at. And I think in a lot of ways it'll be an arms race, just like facilities. Like these studios are popping up all over the place, and I think we need to try to be competitive in that space. And hopefully that's something we look at here really soon.
Has Kirk Ferentz ever seen the Brian Kelly recruiting video with the 360 camera going around, and have you pitched it to him?
Oh,
I have not showed it to him. You'd be surprised at things people will send to him, and he said he's seen. I'm sure he's probably seen that at some point and thought that could never be him. Yeah, we would never make him do that.
that would be a
I
wild.
don't even think I'd ask or even joke about it. We'll just leave it alone.
When it comes to cutting the mic'd up videos, how much? I mean, even in the podcast world, like the amount that you have to cut is incredible.
Yeah, it's a lot. A lot ends up on the cutting room floor, and I'll say before I say anything else, like this is such a massive team effort. We have so many people working on these things. We got a new guy from Wisconsin recently. His name's Drew Koch, and he did a lot of the mic'd ups. Dalton Conrad, Matt Little are some of our other main video producers. Like these guys, it's a massive team effort. But with those mic'd ups specifically, like you might end up with these practices like 2+ hours. Like you're gonna end up with a ton of footage, and it's really hard to get it down to like. We normally end up with like a 10-15 minute edit. And we have to kind of get it down a little bit more, but these guys are just so funny and they give us so much. And we just try to give the fans, a glimpse into what's going on.
That is electric, dude. It's so interesting to me that how much like now media is becoming like almost like it is a competition between schools and who can be the most attractive in terms of like the media, like. And you guys have done such a great, dude. I will say there's a couple of videos that like are freaking awesome. The one with was Folsom Prison, like slowed down. Do you remember that one?
When was that? Last year?
It was last year. It was the sickest freaking video. And it's like those kind of ideas, is it all just creative stuff that pops in your head? Do you get ideas from other videos? I mean, obviously, I'm sure it's hard not to, but like, where does all that stuff come from?
Yeah, you get inspiration from other people. I everyone does. We try not to like take something someone else does and just copy it. We're at least going to try to do it in our own way. But I would say a lot of things we try to do are pretty original, and it can come from a very innocuous conversation or a very formal creative meeting where we're trying to come up with something. But a lot of things just kind of happen. They can come from anywhere. That's the great thing about our team. A good idea can come from anywhere, and we'll work on it together. So. It's pretty cool. We're excited about this year. Obviously, I got to come into Iowa. I know you spoke to like some of the maybe improvements that you saw, and I really appreciate that, Coop. I felt like there was a great foundation when I got here. Like Chris Ruth, Parker Dilly, like those guys were studs. Oh, yeah. I know Parker's with the Bears now. Good for him. I know Chris has moved on back in Florida with his family. And we got B-Ray and Stephen Malley on photos. Like those guys are incredible. So we inherited a great situation, and I think – we've just reached a point where there's a good synergy with what we're doing. My background's kind of more in the strategy side. I do a little design, photo, dangerous enough with a video camera, not very good, not like these guys we got. These guys are incredible. But we're really fortunate to have the group we have. We've had people leave, go other places, grow, but I'm the only person on our creative team that doesn't have an Iowa connection. I just kind of made it out here, stuck, and I love this place. But we've got a ton of people that could be, at whatever other university you want to name, but they're here as Hawkeyes, and we have people that know the program, and I feel like it's in really good hands, and we're just in like a really good spot right now, and I just get really excited talking about our group.
Dude, let me tell you, if every player on our team could talk as well as you do, like in a media situation, there wouldn't be a single problem for the next 25 years. Like you are so good at answering questions, I'm going to tell you that. Unbelievable.
I got to be honest, I was super nervous. I really hate being on this side of it, so.
Dude, you're I mean, this is probably the best, like the most, just like it's very good. You're kicking butt.
Appreciate it.
So in terms of like, is there any project that you did that you guys did as a collective unit that you were like, that was my favorite? That was like it.
Yeah, that's so tough. There's so many good ones, and we always try to top each other. I don't know if it's like a project per se, but maybe moment. And I could pick so many, especially from your last year, Coop. We had my first Cyhawk win was incredible. That was awesome to be on the road, college game day, top 10 matchup.
Dude,
first experience there. It was so cool. Obviously the Penn State game. Nebraska game, the flu game. I had the flu. I was up in the press box, just like doubled over. Brandy Britt, our director of socials, next to me, just trying to run stuff and keep things going. I'm just dying the whole game. And then Henry, your guys' last guest, comes up with a huge play, like brought me back to life. I was feeling so terrible that trip, so it was good to come back to life. But I think my favorite moment, I was trying to think about this because I thought this might come up. There's been a lot. I mean, I've had a front row seat to like the women's basketball run, being on the athletics side now. That's been absolutely incredible. But I don't know. There's one that sticks out to me. It was when we surprised Jack Campbell with his Butt Kiss Award.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like orchestrated this thing where he didn't know what he was doing. Like we brought his family and he had no idea the Butkus family was going to come and surprise him. It just was so awesome. I mean, Coop, like Jack's just an elite human, an elite guy, and we were so excited for him and just getting to surprise him and have that moment with him and his family. Like I just remember getting to take those photos and getting to share that. Like that's what it's all about. So that was so much. That was so cool.
That's awesome. I totally forgot about that. That's a great one.
That's the ones like people don't think about, like those moments like you see he wins, but you didn't really know how it happened. And we just did a great job capturing it that day. And it's it's one of my favorite days. Stuff like that. Whenever those moments pay off for those kids, they work so hard and have so much respect for the time and effort they put in. So it's cool to be part of those days too.
How does the planning go into that? Because it's tough to keep something a secret with cameras around, like normal human, you're like, all right, no cameras around. And then all of a sudden, boom, the bright lights go on, cameras in your face. And you're like, all right, did I win? Like, what goes into that? Because I know you guys do a ton of behind the scenes work.
Yeah, I think with that one in particular, I don't really remember. I think we just told them we had like another shoot we needed him for. And it was like, hey, we need you and Benson for something. I think Benson brought him over and he just didn't think anything of it. They thought they were coming to do something for us. So we sat Jack down and he kind of started putting two and two together. His family came up behind him and it was a really cool moment.
That is freaking sick. That is electric. I totally forgot about that, dude. So pivoting off of football, like how was that? Like capturing the run that Keelan Clark and the women's team had.
Yeah, that it's one that we joke about all the time. We're lucky to be really busy because when we're good, we're busier than if we're not. And we really appreciated the run we got to be on with her. It was quite a wild ride and it was a big sigh of relief when it was done. But I mean, what a ride. I mean, I don't think you could experience something like that again. I got to be there in a working capacity the first time we made the championship, and the second time as a fan. So it was different. I couldn't believe we made it all the way back, but what an impressive run. That group is so much fun to work with. Those coaches are amazing. We're excited to work with Jan now. We know Lisa will still be around, but what an amazing crew. And that was really fun to be a very, very small part of that, be a fly on the wall for a lot of those moments.
What's it like on your end? She came into college and she was a great basketball player. And now she's a superstar, one of the most famous athletes on the planet. And like a lot of that is like her play on the court. And then you guys captured all of her moments. What could you realize throughout the whole thing? Like, wow, she's just blowing up game by game.
Yeah, I think towards the end of like her junior year, when kind of we started that run, she hit that like Indiana buzzer beater. That's kind of when everything really, really started to take off. And we knew we had something and we felt a lot of, personal responsibility to cover it the best way possible. Again, Brian Ray just worked so hard. Zach Grant, who's no longer with us, our video producer, went to every single trip, put together like an hour-long doc after that first year we went to the championship and did just such a good job covering those teams. It's so cool. And we're so fortunate to like have that opportunity to do that and excited for what's next for them too.
That is electric. Okay. Going back to football, I just thought about this and I don't know if you guys ever try to do this or not. Do you ever try? And if you have not, would you ever try to mic up Coach Parker? Have you guys mic'd up Coach Parker?
I don't know that we've been. I don't know. We're probably too afraid to ask him. I don't think we tried. Like that's you talk about editing time that would take.
Oh my gosh!
But
oh my gosh! I don't know if you guys can get 2 minutes of footage.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully the next wave is this premium content. Maybe we can put some stuff behind a paywall that's just like Hard Knocks, like unedited. Like maybe that's the next wave. That's what we need to start doing.
That would be interesting, actually.
I think people would want to see that. I really do.
100%.
I think that could make that would be a great I think that's a great idea. Actually, thinking about that because I think people would pay more to see that than just the edited stuff. I mean, obviously the edited stuff happens, but that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to finish that question because that would make the most sense. Would be to get some money in front of it and see people pay for it.
Honestly, a 2-minute compilation of just bleeping out swear words from Coach Parker would be that would be one of the funniest videos of the year.
That would be electric. So in terms of the new schedule, which game are you most excited to go to and have to be there to film and everything?
Yeah, this is the first year I'm not going to travel. We have some staffing situations going to have me hang back and just try to help out with some of the stuff going on the weekend. I'll still be doing the social media from home in tandem with Brandy, but I won't get to travel this year, unfortunately.
Damn.
But
how about home game? Which game are you most excited for?
I think it's got to be Iowa State, right? Like you got to win that game, and we're really excited for it. So, but first things first, excited for this weekend and ready for the series. So today we spent time. We went through the video board, ran all our pregame hype stuff, all our stuff building up, the intro video. We tested all that today at Kinnick, so it was cool to be in there and run all that, and excited for everyone to see it on Saturday.
In the hype video when you're in the hotel is electric every single game.
So the ones in the hotels, like that's Bob and his crew. They do such a good job.
Oh, really?
They do those internal team motivators, and I think we maybe used to use those on social and stuff, but those guys do such a good job doing those internal team motivators. I think Cademan Storm's his name. I think he does those now.
Okay.
And he does an incredible job.
Nice.
Wait. How do those differ? What do the internal hype videos look like?
It's the videos that you don't get to see, baby.
I know. I didn't even know those existed.
It's like when we're in the hotel the morning before the game, like when we have meetings right before we get on the bus to go to the stadium. We'll go into like a room, the whole traveling squad, and they'll cut the lights and throw a hype video on for like 2 minutes, just us like listening to it. It's sick. It gets the blood flowing, man. It's crazy. Damn it! I just had a good question. I lost it.
Caleb, what's like you're in practice, you're behind the scenes. What is your favorite practice moment of all time, whether it be coaches or camp fights or anything that goes on? What's one moment that you remember most?
Oh man.
Or like because that's probably tough, or like a welcome to Iowa moment when you first got here. You're like, oh, this place a little different than West Virginia.
I don't know if I ever really had like that. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, like anything crazy that happened at practice or anything like that, or a welcome to Iowa moment. I don't know. Like, I think maybe like just there's so many NFL guys, right? Like, that coming in, but like when you're like rubbing shoulders with them in the hallway, or it's like after practice, there's like every week we've rolled out a new NFL guy that came back to talk to the team. Like, I feel like I had some starstruck moments seeing Dallas. Like, he's around a lot now. I've learned that, but like, these guys come back and you get to be around these guys. Like, oh man, I know him. Like Christian Kirksey, he came back. Like all these guys it's cool to see him come back. So those moments for sure, I'm like, man, these guys are impressive, and it's cool that they still want to come back, and they like to come back and see the staff and see the guys.
It is awesome, dude. Dallas Clark is around all the time. I didn't realize how much he's actually around. I never saw Kirksey, but I saw there was a lot of cool guys that came back to talk to us. Okay, so that's a good one. So, because you guys will come back and have to do media for the people who come to talk to you. How about who is the best person that you've seen to come and you guys got to do media with, non-football wise?
Who's the best at media?
Who's the best? Like, who's the coolest person? You're like, holy cow! Like, I'm doing media for this person, and it's not a football player.
Oh wow! I don't even know. I'm trying to think.
That's a hard question.
It's really hard.
It's a hard question because I was thinking about. I'm trying to think of, like, for example, Mike, the SEAL, who came back to talk to us.
Oh yeah,
he was interesting as can be.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I mean, I'm trying to remember. It feels like so long since I've been in.
Scratch it. Forcer, cut that. I don't even think there is any freaking guys besides him. Thinking about it now. Dude, Iowa State. I think Jack. You get to try and go or no?
Yeah, I might go to Iowa State. Wisconsin for sure. We're in.
Yeah, we might both be. I think I'm going to be at Iowa State next weekend. So if I am, we'll have to grab some lunch or something and Caleb, when we come into town.
Yeah, we know.
Hopefully I can come. I'll try and get to the facility. We'll see if they let me in.
Let's get into some football talk here.
Let's do it.
All right. Full rundown. We've been just waiting for this team for, once basketball ends, March Madness, all you can think about is football. So what are we handling this year? Tim Lester, cool guy. You've met him. Like, what are your thoughts around this entire team?
Yeah, I'm extremely optimistic. I feel like when you look at the guys we put out the captain's graphic today. Like you look at those guys, the leaders we have, like just keep handing the reins off, and you feel like everything's in good control, even with everything that's going on right now. Like you wouldn't know any different. So, I'm always going to be optimistic about this team. I'd never count out a Kirk Ferentz team or a Phil Parker defense or anything like that. And optimistic about Tim. I'll add a disclaimer, like I'm going to claim I'm a football no or anything like that. I don't want to prognosticate on our season or anything, but I'm just excited for this group and excited to support them in the way we can with what we can do on social. And hopefully we'll have a lot to celebrate this year and a lot of moments that we'll get to bring fans into and show these high moments these guys earn. So we're excited about it.
I feel like this is one of the most likable teams of all time. Like they've been doing media the last couple weeks, and it's just like you get Lachey smiling here, and then Higgins and Nick Jackson joking on camera over there. It's just it's such a fun team this year.
I wish we could do 10 more mic'd ups. There's so many guys like that. I mean, you were recruited here, like every guy's here for like a reason. The coaches talk about that all the time. Like they don't just bring guys in the program to fill it out. Like every guy's here for a reason and has a purpose. So we like to try to tell those stories, and it's hard to decide who to give the mic'd ups to. It's a mix of like where the fans want to see, who's most deserving, programs like Iowa's about kind of who's earned it. And so we try to give that to guys like Quinn Schulte, guys like Jamari. We hadn't got to those guys. So wanted to make sure they got opportunities, and someone like Dunk, the fans want to see. So we wish we could do a ton more, and hopefully maybe we will. We'll see.
Have you guys ever, and I'm sure this is probably the coaches would not like this, but have you ever thought about doing a mic up during the game?
Yeah, we've talked about it. I don't know, like if there's like Big Ten rules around that or something too. Like what would be allowable?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure there's something there, but yeah, we would love to do that, like NFL Films does with guys. Like we have the capability and the quality of equipment to do it, so we would love to do that one day. Even maybe just like micing someone up on the sideline that maybe not playing, just to try to get a glimpse into how the sideline works or something like that. It'd be pretty cool. We've talked about maybe micing up parents this year and trying to maybe be in the stands with them, something like that. Just trying to get a different angle on game day, just trying to find a different way to cover a game. So we tossed around that idea just the other day, something that came from Tyler Barnes. So we may look into that and trying to just show a day in the life maybe as like a parent of a player, something like that. Just again, trying to take a different angle and show a different approach to a game day, and really show these parents too, like with Coop, like they recruit the kids, they recruit the parents too. And we got a bunch of good ones. So we're excited to maybe do some of that this year.
That's awesome. Would that be like Big Ten Journey, like one of those episodes with the parents, or how would you do it?
So it was pitched to us as like, it's like Receiver, and it's like, okay, that's like a really high bar.
Yeah.
The new on Netflix. So
that's sweet though, dude. That's it. Because like I've never heard of anyone else doing that.
Yeah, it would be really cool. It'd be something different. It's something I haven't seen before, and it's something we started seriously talking about. Like, when's the earliest we could do that? Would be a good game to do that? Who should we follow? So those are discussions we have. A lot of stuff we talk about, never really make it out, or an idea doesn't make it out of like a brainstorming phase. But we were tossed around that one, and we're excited about it. We'll see what happens.
It's so cool and crazy. Like these guys living in the college houses and dorms and everything. Like, I mean, they aren't mansions or super nice or anything on campus there. And then the next year they could be millionaires in the NFL, one of the biggest stars in America. Like, it's just crazy how they go so quick from, college life to star and making millions. But that would be very cool in that docuseries, just seeing how they live in college, because it humanizes everyone.
That's the goal at the end of the day. Like I said, like these guys, especially football, they wear helmets to let people attach numbers and names to people, but they don't always know the person underneath. So if we can be a small part of just getting to know someone in a different way, get the helmet off, get them in a different environment that's outside the lines, that's what we're looking to do. We're trying to give them exclusive access to, a place they can't be, and just try to show off our guys some more.
Yeah, that's sweet.
I love that. Gosh, you've answered every question I could think of, to be honest with you. Forrester, you got anything else?
Yeah. Do you know of any good nicknames this year?
For guys?
Yeah.
Oh, man. These are so hard to think of on the spot.
Yeah, they totally are.
That is a tough question. Is there any nicknames for guys in the team currently that you think are going to catch on big this year?
I have no idea. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
That's
Lukey
tough.
Heisman.
I think these things, they play themselves out. I think it'll just happen. Someone will do something in a game. It'll come to us, and we'll rally around it as fans, and we'll push it. It'll work itself out. It'll come organically.
That's the
Like,
cool
so-
part. Is like when something like that happens, like if a nickname comes about and people like it, you guys can just like post about it, and that will just become it. Like that is their nickname.
We try to, like, when we post stuff, like in the captions, if you notice, like we try to use guys like nicknames. Like we want people to get to know them, like how we call them,
Right.
very much more informal way. So it's cool. You guys got some great, like J Mar. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, it's great. Jamar is a great one.
So
Idea. This is my idea for punting, the Aussie air raid. That's my one idea.
we could brand that. We could try to get something going there. We might have
There
to
we
look
go.
at that. You guys send me ideas anytime. Like that's the thing. Again, good idea can come from anywhere. So I'm always interested to see what you guys think, what our fans think. We want to hear what people want to see, and we'll do our best with the access. We get pretty open book, but some things we need to clear. But we try to do what we can.
Absolutely. I love it.
All right, we're gonna have to think of a lot more nicknames.
We got time. We got like 3 days.
Coop, I got a question for you. Like,
Hit me.
speaking of content, like, what did you enjoy the most? Did you feel like when you were getting recruited, when you were doing stuff, like, were you looking at content? Were you interested in what that stuff was? Like, did it help?
That's a good question. You were the first person to ask me a question.
Different for everybody, but I feel like with what I do, I'd really like to know if it has any influence.
Yeah. So like what I was saying, when I first came to Iowa, to be honest, like I did all the pictures and everything, but like in practice and stuff, like you really don't get pictures taken of you unless you are like very meaningful on the team. And like obviously it makes sense. But like down the road, like when guys start getting pictures and like they're able to like post, like kids love that. Like all the guys who played love that. And I really do think that like for me it wasn't that big, like that wasn't a big deal. But like I think the generation coming up, like that is a big deal for them. Like if you're able to take pictures of them, do stuff of them doing in practice, and like they're able to post it, like social media is such a big thing now. And if they're able to show that they're on the team, I mean, it sounds kind of like a-hole response for me. But like realistically, if guys on the team are getting pictures and they're able to post it themselves, like that makes them enjoy it more, I'd say, especially in this generation. I think especially like with the recruiting stuff and the official visits, our like pictures and everything wasn't crazy. And the stuff you guys are doing now is sick. Like it's very sick. And I would have loved to have done that on my official. So I think you guys are killing it, honestly. And obviously down the road, I'm sure I'm just intrigued to see where recruiting goes from here. Cause like, it's interesting.
Yeah, well, there's like a rule change where we can't be involved in like there's no unofficial photo shoots anymore. I don't know if you remember hearing about that. Like they kind of banned unofficial photo shoots, so we only do officials. So like we don't even do close to the number that we did before.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Which is like kind of nice. Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes some capacity off the plate.
I feel like cool storylines. One thing you guys did a great job of last year is like when players who weren't the stars, when they were scoring, and you can just tell the team loves them. Like Max White, when he had that touchdown last year, that was such a cool story. Everyone was so hyped for him, and like you guys did a great job covering that.
Yeah, just
So, like,
it comes so easy. Like that's the vibe. Like you could tell how happy guys were for him when he did that. Like Kamari Moulton, as a true freshman, stepped in that game last year, had a big game. I think it was Western Michigan. Like just seeing those moments, it's really cool.
It is great, and you guys do a great job of capturing it. Also, that's the question you asked me. When you came, I remember because I used to love to dance. I used to dance at practice all the time, and you always got it on camera somehow. Like I loved that. That was electric because that's just who I am, and that's what I was doing on the field. And you capture moments of people doing stuff that's just what they do.
That's what it's all. That's what it's all about. That's what makes me happy is you guys get to post that. I'm like, man, that was cool. You must have loved that, and now everyone gets to see it and he gets to enjoy that. So yeah, I enjoyed it too, Coop. It was a lot of fun. I miss having you around here.
Dude, I miss being there, dude.
Yeah.
Gosh, you're firing me up.
I miss I'm not with kind of where my job is now. I'm over on the athletic side. I'm not over at the football building anymore. Right. I love where I'm at, and I don't want to get it twisted. But there's something special about being in that building. It's something different, and that's just a credit to Coach. He's incredible, and honestly, getting to work for Tyler Barnes, get around big guys like Ben Hansen, Sam Brinks, those are my guys. Matt Spalding.
Oh yeah, the boys.
Ireland, that's my crew right there. Really close. We're good friends. We're kicking up our weekly happy hours again now that the season's here. So
I love it.
Yeah, we had Athletic Club Thursday.
Nice, dude. Okay, well, if we come to Iowa State, I've told Sam this before, and every time Sam and Ben, and now I'm telling you, we should do. I don't know if I come in on a Friday or Thursday. If I come in on a Thursday, do you guys do the happy hours on Thursdays?
We do Thursdays, yeah.
I will. I'm gonna show up. I'm just letting you know. I'm not even gonna let them think about it. I'm just gonna show up.
Yeah, hit me up. We'll be there.
I 100% will. But dude, on my Instagram, I have a pinned. My number one pinned post is a video you took.
What an honor.
On the football field. It was electric. Gosh, I love that.
That's awesome.
You're the best, man. You're the freaking best.
Verified too. Look at you.
Hey, thank you, my friend. Thank you. But yeah, no, I think you're doing great stuff, Caleb, and it's awesome to see where your career's going, and you're kicking ass, and keep it up, man.
Appreciate it. We got a great crew. We're excited for this season, and hopefully we have our hands full with another great year, and we're looking forward to sharing it with everybody. So,
absolutely,
that's awesome, Caleb. Thank you. I mean, as a fan, every time Iowa football posts, you're just like, all right, here it is. So, the anticipation, the hype that you guys bring us, it gets us one step closer to football season every year, and that's why week one. The fans are in Kinnick bringing the heat. So we thank you for your service out there.
Of course. Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. Hey, hopefully we'll see you next week. If we do come in town, I'll make sure to let you know.
Yeah, let me know.
All right, brother.
All right, dude.